welcome into another episode of Southern Section. This week, I'm Claudette Montana.
And I'm Connor Morissette. We're here in Torrance at a Rolling Hills Prep boys basketball practice. A little later on, we'll hear from head coach Harvey Catani and senior JV Brown. We also have girls basketball highlights. Windward took on Bishop Montgomery. A lot to get to this week, Claudette.
A lot to get to, and last week, St. John Bosco football won the state championship. Such an exciting game for them, and we do, of course, have some highlights for you.
Back on top of the mountain. I asked you 2 weeks ago, that was the modern day mountain, but now it's a state mountain. How you feeling?
Man, I feel pretty good right now. It's very satisfying to be able to put in this much work and this much effort. And we started the season off at number one, and to be able to finish it off at number one is, it's pretty gratifying to know all the work that went into it and all the ups and downs. But at the end of the day, I'm just really proud of my kids.
Did you expect it to go this well tonight, 45-0?
No, I knew we had a pretty good shot of stopping them and making it difficult for them. I wasn't anticipating the 5 turnovers, but we were just relentless tonight. Defensively, we were so smothering. They really didn't have an opportunity to get anything going. Again, you got to just give credit to the coaches and the players for executing. They're the ones that really did the work, and they're the ones that put the time and the energy and effort in. And like I said, it was a relentless effort, and I'm just very proud of my guys.
Last question for me, what's been your favorite moment of this historic season?
Oh man, there's been so many. From kicking the ball off in Allen, Texas to playing Outson Stadium, playing the Rose Bowl. The memories that we gave our young men this year was pretty spectacular. I don't know if anybody in the country was able to do what we were able to do. And like I said, to eventually now win a national title, I'm just so proud of our program. And it's been 9 years. We've won 4 state titles and 3 national titles in 9 years. It's a pretty good resume for this program, and I'm just really proud.
Thanks.
High school sports are one of the things that make living in California so great.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being booed for missing a play could be crushing.
And remember that refs are people too.
They're trying their best to call a fair and correct game.
Hey, and enough with all the swearing.
No one should feel insulted or ashamed
because of their race, ethnicity, or gender.
We should be able to hold our heads high after the match, win or lose.
All right, here with JV Brown, and you guys are just getting your basketball season kicked off here. Have a couple of games already under your belt. How would you evaluate how this team is playing so far?
I mean, we started off strong. We've lost 3 games, so I honestly think we could have won those games. They were just 3 winnable games. We had mental mistakes, but we're improving every day, so we just have to keep grinding and keep getting better. Yeah.
You got 10 wins, though. Let's not discount those 10 wins, right?
Yeah, so, yeah, like I said, we started off strong, and we just got to continue to keep coming out strong and playing well.
You're a senior. I didn't mention that off the top. I should have, but you are a senior now. And how do you feel like, being an older guy, have you stepped into more of a leadership role in that way?
Yeah, I had a smaller role last year. So, yeah, I've stepped into a bigger role. At first, it was difficult, but I've been adjusting to it.
My colleague Connor was just raving about your shooting. He said he's an absolutely excellent shooter. How have you elevated that part of your game?
Yeah, I've always been trying to improve my shooting since I was a young player. So it's honestly just all come together my senior year. But it's been years of hard work. Yeah.
Are there guys in the NBA that you look up to?
Yeah, I'd have to say JJ Redick and Devin Booker are 2 guys that I try and model my game after. So yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about your head coach for a second. He's a legendary head coach. He's also coached a lot of guys that have gone into the NBA. What's it like to play under him?
Yeah, Coach Catani is a great coach. He's always honest. He's just always trying to make us a better player, a better person. He's obviously had great success in the past years. So yeah, he's been a really good coach.
I know that you just took a visit to Missouri. How did that go?
Yeah, it went really well. I really like the coaching staff over there. And it's a little bit colder than California, but I think I'll get used to it, but yeah.
Overall, how's your recruitment process going? Are you still looking at other schools, or are you kind of zeroing in on Missouri?
Yeah, I'm still having my options open. Missouri is definitely one of my top options right now, but my recruitment's still open.
Well, you're going to have to get a big puffer coat if you end up in Missouri, that's for sure. Okay, last question for you. What are your goals for this season?
Well, every season we're trying to win a CIF championship. So that's been my goal ever since I got to Rolling Hills Prep. So just continue to do that and continue to work hard.
And how cool would it be to win a championship this season, especially because it's your senior season?
Yeah, it would be great to win a championship this year. It's been our goal since the start of the season, so just continuing, like I said, to work hard, and it will come true.
All right, well, best of luck this season. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Time now for Coach's Corner. Got Harvey Catani, the legendary coach of Rolling Hills Prep. Coach, thanks so much for being with us. 10-3 on the season so far. How would you describe your team's start to the year?
Well, we're kind of like a work in progress. We've had a couple of injuries, and we're starting to get everyone back now. And so it's been a next man up mentality. It's been good. The kids are working hard. We try to be perfect, which we know we can't be, but hopefully we'll find excellence along the way of trying to do that.
When you got here in 2016, you guys were in Division 5A, I believe, or 5AA, and you went on to have a great run. Now in Division 1, how do you make that jump from Division 5AA all the way to D1 in such a short amount of time?
Well, we've had to really work hard and put in a lot of time and try to practice playing correctly so that it gives us a chance to play against the teams that might be more talented and have more numbers. Our margin of error moving up from 5 to 1 is less, and so we need to, again, try to play perfect and the least mental mistakes that we can make allows us to maybe be able to play with these teams.
your resume speaks for itself, all those great years at Fairfax, and then coming here in 2016 and going on to win 4 CIF titles and a state championship. When a younger coach asks you, hey, coach, what's the key to success? How do you build a program? How do you turn things around? What do you tell those coaches?
Well, I think you have to have your game plan on what you believe in and what you want to do and how you want to teach the game. But certain things I think are just the foundation of any sports, and it's the fundamentals, and try to teach all the fundamental skills to the players, and then try to put it like in a team concept, and have fun doing it.
When you were a younger coach, what was a piece of advice that you received that helped you?
Well, it was to hold all the kids accountable, as I have coached longer and longer, the communication that you have with your players is so important, so that they understand exactly what you're trying to convey to them, the message, and also the where you see them and what they're going to have to do to accomplish maybe their dreams.
We heard from J.V. Brown a little bit earlier. Kenny Manzi is a great player for you. Tell me a little bit about this year's team, impact players, and what your expectations are for this group.
Well, we first miss Benny Geeler dearly. Benny was such a tenacious player and person that he led us. And so now we're trying to do it with a group of guys to fulfill what Benny had done for us. And so it's been a learning process, and the leadership role sometimes takes a while to understand and commit to and be accountable to. So we're all trying to do it together.
Okay. Here's a loaded question for you, Coach. So in all your years of coaching, who are some of the best players? If you could maybe name a starting 5 or just a list of 5 guys who the best guys you've ever coached. When I ask you that, who comes to mind?
Well, at Fairfax we had a lot of really good players, and we had a lot of talented players. I'll give you the 5 players that were good, and that I would think that talent alone wasn't why I'm naming these 5 guys.
Okay.
I'll go with Josh Shipp and Joe Shipp. They were great people and good team guys, and so and then they could play. I'd go with Chris Mills, who at 6'7" played center for us, and he didn't complain about having to go and play the center spot, although in college and the NBA he was a wing player. So he learned how to just do everything. Here's where it gets tough. I know I'm going to probably leave some guys out, but if I were to name 2 more kids, Jamal Boykin, who was epitome of being a leader. He went to Duke, and then later he went to Cal, and was just pleasant to have every day in practice, on and off the court. And then the 5th guy, I'll leave that for all the guys that I didn't name, and because there's probably like 20 guys that I could say in that 5th spot. Yeah.
Yep, I hear you. It's been so fun just to watch you these last few years. Tell me where we can find your team the rest of the way. So we know you have league play, but the Classic at Damien will be a big event in a few weeks, and then also the State Preview Classic. Fill me in on the events your team will be playing in the next few weeks.
We will be going to Damien right after Christmas, and 4 games there. Then after that, we'll play at a showcase in Redondo Beach, the Flight Challenge. Then we'll play over at Fairfax in a 1-day event, and then we'll play in the State Preview. State Preview Classic. I think it's the 28th or the 21st of January over at Colony, and then we'll finish up by playing in the Nike Extravaganza.
And then the Division I playoffs. So high school basketball fans will have plenty of chances to see Rolling Hills Prep in action this season. Coach, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much for coming down here.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
It's always great catching up with Coach Catani. A little bit earlier on, I covered Windward and Bishop Montgomery in girls hoops. We have full highlights from that game. Let's roll it. That will do it for this week's episode of Southern Section This Week. Claudette, it's a marquee episode, the last one of 2022.
The last one of 2022. Happy New Year to you, and
Thank
Happy New Year to all of you. We will see you in 2023.
Woo!